Hello, today I will be conducting an error analysis of finding segments of a circle. We'll be looking at a sample problem of a student who incorrectly solved it and try to see where he went wrong. First, let's take a look at the problem. So here we have a circle that has two line segments that intersect outside of the circle, making an outside angle. If you notice, these three parts of the segments have a measure except for CD, so that tells me that we're going to have to solve for this. Before we go any further, let's see what type of lines we're working with. If you notice, both of these have lines that intersect the circle at two distinct points. So that tells me that we're working with two secant lines. And it also tells me what type of formula we have to use to find this missing segment of CD. So, before we go any further, let's see what Jose did. Okay, so let's look at the formula Jose had used. He has DC times DF equals AB times AF. So let's break down his formula. So basically he has the inside segment times the outer segment equals the inside segment times the outer segment. Next, he proceeds to plug in his numbers. So CD doesn't have a number, so he just left that as CD. 4 is the outer segment, so that's DF, so that's the outer segment. So he plugged in 4 for that one. Then equals 2. And then the inside segment, which is 5 for AB. And then the outside segment, AF, which is 3. Then he proceeds to simplify it. So he combined like terms. So 5 times. So he multiplied 5 times 3, which equals 15, and he left this side alone. Next, I'm assuming that he divided 4 on both sides. So 15 divided by 4 equals 3 75/100. So he got his final answer that this segment CD equals 3.75, which is incorrect, and I'll tell you why. First off, Jose started off all wrong because that is the incorrect formula. So when you're dealing with two secants, you would take the whole. Actually, let me do this with color to make it more organized. You'll take the whole. Oops. Some technical difficulties. You'll take this whole, so the whole, times this little outer segment right here. And that will be equal to this whole secant right. Okay. This whole right here, this whole secant. And sorry for my handwriting, I got some bad handwriting. Let's try to move this over a little bit. Times this little outer layer. Right now, let's put the little outside segment. You know what I'm talking about. So I went ahead and wrote my formula. I have CF, which is this hole right here, times DF, which is this little outer segment right here, equals BF, which is the hole right here, times AF, which is the little outer segment right there. I went ahead and plugged in the values. CF is the whole part, so in order to get the whole, you have to add the outer segment and the inner segment together to get it. But since it's an X right here, we're just going to put 4 plus X. And then DF, you're going to have to multiply it, so DF is 4, so put that in parentheses right there, equals to 8. How we got 8 is because we added 5 and 3 together to get the whole, and so that equals 8. Let's put this up there. So that equals 8. It was 4x. And then 3AF. Then we go down. Let's simplify. 8 times 3. Okay. 8 times 3 is 24. And then we'll have to simplify this part. you're going to have to distribute this 4 into the parentheses. So 4 times 4, that's 16. And 4 times x equals 4x. We're going to want to get this x. Let's vote this x out. So, because we know that's what we need to get along. So, we're going to have to get rid of this 16. Since it's a positive, we're going to have to just subtract it on both sides. So, 16 minus 16 minus 24. 16's cancel out. Bring down to 4. And then 4x equals, and then 24 minus 16 equals 8. Then we do 24 minus 16, which equals 8. And so in order for the 4 to get away from the x, it's really just the multiplication. Like this 4 is not attached to the x, so you gotta have to do the inverse of multiplication, which is division. So you divide 4 on both sides. These 4's cancel out. Oops, my leg broke. Let me put this x down here. Equals, and then 8 minus 4 equals 2. So this is our answer. Maybe Jose can take some tips from this video.